That sounds pretty silly right now, but trust me, that's gonna sound insanely cool in no time at all. Hello, welcome to the video. Today I want to show you what happens when you take a guitar DI, downshift it a full octave, and then blend that with your original guitar, because it can make things sound absolutely huge. I am not the first person to do this by any stretch, but I do think it sounds cool and I don't see it around that often. So I thought, why not make a video on this, and then you can decide if you like the sound of it and decide if you want to put it in your own songs or productions. I'll take you all the way from having just bare bones DIs, pitch shifting them down, and then making them sound cool again, because you can't skip that step. All right, let's get into it. So the first thing we'll do is have a listen to just the song as it is. Here's just the generic guitar tone. That's just like a really hard edited Kemper performance that we tracked through. And then here is our DI. Clear, basic DI, right? Obviously that's a left and a right doubled performance. So that's what we're gonna take. We have our amp tone, but I wanna blend in a down-pitched DI track to add this like octave under it. It's funny, I want to say artificial octave, but this is actually like a true octave opposed to using a pedal to make an octave. To get started, all we really need to do is just grab one of these DIs and then pitch shift it down a full octave. So we can use any tool we'd like to do that. Some pitch shifters work better than others. I usually go with this sound shifter plugin by Waves Audio, and we just grab that, crank our semitones down -12, and then click render. You could, of course, experiment with all the parameters and find like the best sounding algorithm to do this pitch shift, but this is going to be fine for the purpose of this, and really for most purposes, I'm sure. So I'm just repeating that process on the other DI track. Now let's have a listen to these DIs again, now that they're pitch shift. All right, we've got DIs, they're down an octave, but that isn't going to blend with our regular guitar tones by any stretch, is it? It's going to sound terrible. So what we have to do is now reamp those. I'm going to go with a plugin you may have seen in another of my videos, Clairvoyant. This is a newer amp sim that I'm loving so far, and we're going to just dial in a tone with this. I'm going to try dialing up the gate to just kind of make this track really tight. That sounds cool. Let's see if we can fuzz it up. The fuzz is too much. That sounds insanely cool. Like, just to show you how cool that could sound, let's head to like a more riffy section. Like, that sounds awesome. Let's hear that against the real guitars. So there's an example. Let's hear that in the song. Mute out the low octave, bring it back. So that's very cool. Now that works really well for that part, but doesn't work for the chorded part, where maybe we wouldn't even want to use the low octave guitar, honestly, but let's just try and make it work so we can see how far we can push this. So here's the chorus part without the fuzz now. Just got the guitar added in there. I'll take out the low octave, put it back in. There we go, that's a nice balance. Out, back in. So you tuck it under there and it's like, it just works. It doesn't seem to mind, even though this is like polyphonic material, I think it still works well. So let's hear that in the song now. Easy peasy. That sounds great. I'm super happy with that. So just to run through it one more time, this is where we landed on the low tone. Blended with our main guitar tone. It's a subtle thing, but like it just ties us into our bass guitar tone. So they all kind of come together, like all of the holes between them are filled. There you go. So if you've got some lackluster guitars in your song that you can't figure out how to beef up and just like make, maybe pitch shift them down an octave, reamp them and blend them in, that might be the solution. But before you go and do this on every single song you ever work on, this isn't something I've done very often. It's just like certain songs call for it. So don't expect this to be a go-to trick. That's what I'm saying, I guess. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can make it work all the time. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. It's so appreciated. Really enjoying everybody getting something out of these videos. If you want to check out that amp sim for yourself, there's going to be a link down below in the description. And there's also some free educational resources. Like you can get yourself the Standout Mixes mixing course, which is just going to help you level up your mixing skills with the plugins you already own. Or if you really want to get serious, there's a free coaching call link down below with the Self-Recording Band Academy as well. So do check that out as well. Thank you as always. And if you want to keep on learning, check out this video. We'll see you in the next one.